Okay, so I am sharing my screen. 1 minute. Let me know once you are able to see my screen. Okay, okay. So yesterday we have seen up to the create table and insert data into that particular table, and also we have defined some constraint on that particular table, and then we have seen different scenarios that where we can restrict a user to insert data into that particular table. So now I have muted you everyone for the some time, and at the end of the session before 15 to 20 minutes I will unmute you everyone, so you can ask questions at that time. So now let me select the data from the customer table. So right now these are the data available in our customer table. So now what if I want to see only some percent of data from this table, or what if I want to see only top two records from this particular table? Then we have two different options available. We can write select top two star from customer, and then select top 50%. So so we have currently total four rows are available, right? So top 50% means it will show only two rows from these four rows. So let me execute both the queries uh, at the same time. So both will do the same task for us, right? So right now we have only four rows, but when we have 100 or 1000 rows, then both the query will work separately, right? Now you can write top 60% or top 70%, anything you can write. If I write, let me try top 70%, then it will display the top three rows out of four rows. So it is randomly display number of rows. It will be not exact percentage, but nearby percentage. It will display number of rows. Now, what is a DDL? We have seen that, right? Yesterday we have seen DDL commands. So in DDL command, there is one alter command is also there, right? So now let me. This is our customer table. So now, what if in my future requirement I want to add some new column into this particular table, like a phone number of the customer, or customer customer gender I want to add, or anything like that. So for that we want to do the alteration on the existing table. So for that purpose we need to write the alter command. So for this is the syntax of alter command. Just 1 minute. This is the syntax of alter command. Alter table. Which table we want to alter? We want to alter the customer table, right? Then we want to add some phone number kind of thing. So this is the phone number is a column name. So add phone number, and then what data type we have to give that particular column. So suppose right now we want to give the integer data type. So let me execute the column alter table customer add phone number integer. So command executed successfully. Now, if we see the customer table, then there is a four rows, right? But in the phone number column, there will be no data at the moment. If you see over here, this is our phone number column. There is a no data. We have just added the column. But right now, we have not done any updation on that particular column, right? So it will be null only. Now, suppose in another scenario, I will show you one insert statement. Okay, 1 minute. I will try to insert the data into the customer table. I think it will throw some error only. Okay, what is okay? Phone number we have added, right? In the end. So let me do like this one. Now again, it will throw some error, constraint related error. Now let me try to add some other values. Okay, it is a unique key error. Actually, I have to see this entire thing. 1 minute. So now what can I insert the data into our customer table? So customer ID, I think it is a identity column. So we do not need to require to insert into that column, right? So now let me check this one. Email ID is a unique column, right? So it will be a unique value. Let me do over here ABC. Now first name and last name is not name, middle name, area code will be fine. Now let me write into the last name column. What is the last name column? Where it is? 1 minute. Customer number, email ID, and last name. Customer number, email ID, and last name. Now, just see over here carefully. I am doing some random entry into the last name column. Now, let me try to insert the data. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, let me write over here only 9999, comma 99999. Now let me try to insert the data. Now if you see over here, it is given us some error, right? Let me check whether anyone is waiting. Okay, no one is waiting. So I try to insert the data into the customer table. It is giving us string and binary data would be truncated. So, as a data analyst or data engineer, you will get this kind of error many times. So many times you will get this kind of error. Now, can anyone tell me what is the reason behind it? I will unmute you all for some time. Can anyone give me the reason? What is the reason behind it? You can speak now. Sorry, one by one, please. Okay, but what is the problem? Okay, yes, yes, exactly correct. Yes, yes. So now, for that purpose, also we need to do the alteration. Suppose if we want to modify the data type of any particular existing column, or length of the existing column, like over here last name varchar of 30 will be there, but now I want to do varchar of 600, and also alter command will be used for that purpose. So that what I want to show you. Now if I want to insert the data into that column, let me try again. Then it should be in. Okay, it is now giving some other value, but not regarding this string. It is not giving us this same error, right? This one we have already seen yesterday. Now let me go to actually someone. Okay, first name is already there, right? I think last name, then first name. Okay, okay, okay. Let me write any random name. Let me try to insert now. Okay, it is now inserted, right? So this is for that purpose also. Alter DDL command is used. Just a minute. So now another DDL command is drop table name. So suppose if there is that particular table is no longer required, and we want to drop the table from the database permanently and to get some space into the database, then this command is used, drop table name. Now let me go to the another uh, topic. Suppose now there is a customer table we have already there with us, right? Select star from customer. Now I want to see the result based on the order of last name from ascending to descending, or descending to ascending. So for that purpose, there is a command order by is used for that particular purpose. So if we do the order by, let me run both of the query together. So over here, if you see, we have done the descending, right? So over here, if you see from the ABCD, from the Z, it will be start from the maximum of the value or character to the minimum character. So it is starting from the M, and then at the end it is showing us A, B, C like that. But now, what if I want to see Albert in the first? So for that, Karam, simply I will remove descending over here and select the data. So you can see over here now Albert will be coming first. And here it is a randomly selected, mostly by the customer ID only, because it is in sequence order. And one more thing is, we can write over here ascending as well. It will also give us the same thing, because in SQL Server, ascending order by is by default. We do not need to write. it manually. So that's why previously it is worked as well. Without ascending also it is worked. Now suppose this is one more thing. Order by based on the column number without typing column name. So here let me execute all these three query. Okay, over here let me write descending. So this one, this particular part where we have mentioned last name descending, and this particular part where we have mentioned order by two descending. So both will be work in this same way, because over here it will take the second column. Order by two means this is the first column, this is the second column. So order by two descending means descending by last name only. So this one and this one will be both will be the same. You can ask any question regarding the topic whenever you want. So now we have multiple Albers, right? But we want to see only a single record of Albert from last name column. So for that purpose, we are using the distinct command in SQL. So let me write distinct. So over here, last name Albert will become one time only. It will be not be repeated. But now what we okay, 1 minute. But now what if I select first name as well and use the distinct keyword? Can someone tell me now four rows will be retrieved or five rows, or what number of rows we have? Four rows will be retrieved or five rows? Can someone tell me? Okay, this one you can talk. You can talk also, no problem. Can anyone tell me how many uh, rows it will retrieve? Okay, let me try. I think it will retrieve five rows only, not four rows. See, it is retrieving five rows only, not the four rows, because it will now what it will do, it will go to this both the columns, and based on this combination of these two columns, it will do distinct, not doing distinct based on only last name column, right? So you this is the small things, but you need to identify these kind of scenarios as well. Now let me show you one another thing. Now there is a table with us sales order detail, right? You can see over here there is a table with us which has column different columns, right? Like sales order ID, sales order detail ID, then carrier tracking number. These are the all the columns are available with us. But now I want to create another table from this same table, right? But I want only structure of the table, like like 1 minute. Let me show you in the Excel file. Why it is working very slow? Okay. Now I want to see the structure of the table only, like this. Not the data. Data will be empty only. Can anyone tell me, or can anyone aware about how we can do this kind of thing? This will be required in your production environment also many a times. You can speak, anyone can speak. Okay, then. Yes, yes, exactly correct. Yes, 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 right. Maybe many of select star into new table name, like let me, what is the date? Today is 16. From where 1 is equal to 2, means it is a, it will, this condition will never be satisfied, right? So it will create this new table, which will be currently not there in the database. If you execute this query, this will invalid object name. Currently it is not in the database, but after this one it will create the table with zero rows affected, right? So now let me select the data from this table. It will show us the it will show us the empty table with the same structure. So these two table structure will be same. You can see over here, both the table structure will be same. But now, what if I want data as, what if I want data as well? Then simply we can eliminate this condition, and we can write here, over here, new table name. We can write new table name and execute this command. So all the rows from this particular table will be copied in this table. So now if I do the count of both the tables, then it will be the same count in both the tables. You can see over here, right? So count of star also, you can see one more thing, count of star and count of one, both will be give us the same result. Also you can write count of 100. I think this will also give us the same result. There will be no difference over here. Count of 1, count of 2, count of 10, count of star, everything will be given us the same result. Okay, so count of star and count of 1, both will give the same result only. Suppose now I will show you over here. Select, you will be aware about this, right? Select star from this table name. Now If I execute this table, it will give us the all the data from that particular table, means all the rows from that particular table. Now you can see over here in the right side, 1 to 1, 1 to 1, 317. So total number of rows in this particular table is 1 to 1, 317. So for, if we want to see now only the count of how many rows in a particular table, we don't want to see this kind of data, right? We don't want to see this kind of data. We want to see only number of records in a particular table. Then we have to use count of star or count of one. When I execute this one, it will give us the same result, 1 to 1, 317. You understand, right? Nistha, you got it right? Sorry, I can't get you. What you are trying? o- Okay, okay. Mm, okay, let me try to Google what is the difference. I think there is a no difference in it. To count on the number of rows in the table, including the nulls. Okay, so count of star will give us the all the rows in the table, including, suppose there is a null record is there, right, into the table or entire columns. There is a null value in the table. Then also count of star will calculate the same thing. That null record also it is included in the count of rows. I think this is also indicating the same thing. The count of one function replaces all records from the query result set with value 1. So it will uh, entire row it will consider as a 1. Then second row also it will consider as another 1. I think it is indicating that. Hello. Okay, so let me can we do one experiment over here? Let me try to insert data into this table. Insert into table values. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hello? Okay, 1 minute. Let me try to insert value in the identity column. Okay, it is. Okay, let me create some table, small table quickly. Now let me insert the data into the table. Okay, okay. Now one row is a null in. Now let me do the count of star in, count of one. Actually, it is considered the null value as well. Let me try to select. It is considered the null value in count of one as well. Because we have inserted null value in both the columns. Still, it is considered. Yeah, that is possible, but in the large amount of data only. Because 1,000 or 10,000 record, it will not get affected much thing. But suppose billions of millions of records are there, then count of one is uh, slightly giving better performance than count of star. But in large amount of data only, not small amount of data, we cannot get recognize that thing. Okay, okay, sure. Over here, let me do it. Yeah, in the only one row it has a value, but let me still count. Now let me do count of star, and count of telephone number. So if we write now, it is what giving, it is eliminating the null values when we have done count of that particular column, right? Let me execute all these three. So in the first, in the last one, it is giving five rows, but in the telephone number column, it is giving only one, because only one row has a telephone number. All other rows are null, right? You can see over here only one row has a telephone number. So whenever we are doing count of phone number, give me 1 minute, guys. Yeah, I. So you are getable the difference, right? Over here, whenever we are doing count of that particular column, when we are doing count of that particular column, then it will showing us the different result. Now let me move forward. Hmm. We have seen this one, right, up to over here. Now there is one more. Now there is one more thing. Whenever we want to insert data into particular table from any other table, right? So in that case also we can uh, write the insert into statement, like insert into that particular table name, and then select all the columns names, and then from table name again. So let me try to do the same. So now let me create the table from this table, because we want the same schema, right? Where 1 is equal to 2, so uh, it will generate only the from structure of the table which has mentioned in the from clause. It will not copy the data. So let me create this particular table, and now I want to insert the data into this table from this table only. So in that case, we have to write insert into table name and select all the columns from the sales detail. So okay, it is giving us some error, right? So this is also another important thing, because whenever there is a identity column is there, right, any particular identity column, we do not explicitly insert data into that particular column. So we have to do the set identity insert of, or I think on. Let me try set identity insert on this particular table. So it has done the identity insert, and now let me try again. So it is inserted, right? Now what we have to do, now this error, it has not thrown this error. Now again we need to do the, don't forget to do the set identity insert of again. So these are the two commands when we want to insert the values into the identity column also. We can also see the same example in our customer table. Let me try to do in our customer table as well. We have already mentioned over here identity column, right? So let me try this one. Now if I cannot insert duplicate key object in customer, Which column? Okay, I think 500. Select star from customer. Now 500 is already there, right? 500 is already there, so we cannot insert that one. Let me try with 600. So it is inserted, right? Now let me copy again this one and make some changes over here. But now I want to insert the value into the identity column also. So let me do set identity insert on. Let me copy this one over there. Set ID identity insert on our particular table name. Over here, our table name will be customer table on. Let me try to execute this one. Cannot find. Okay, it will be I think dbo.customer. Okay, done. So now let me try to insert value into our identity column as well. Let me try to insert 7. 7 is not there, right? So let me now try to insert into this column as well. It should different column in the table customer can only be specified when the column list is used and identity insert is on. So now can anyone tell me what this error is showing? What is the issue over here? Can anyone tell me? You can speak, guys. It is throwing us some error like no. I think it will let me try off. Actually, while doing the insertion, we have to do on only, not off. It will not take in after doing off also. It is not taking. Let me do the on again. Now carefully read the error. What is the error it is giving? An explicit value for the identity column in table customer can only be specified when a column list is used and identity insert is on. So our identity insert is already on, but now can only be specified when a column list is used. So in this particular case, we need to mention the column name also, like column. What are the different columns are there? Let me copy from sp underscore help text customer. Okay, underscore help. So these are all the columns are there, right? Now let me mention the comma over here. Now, what is the problem now? Invalid column name. Let me try to insert the data into the customer table. Violation of unique key constraint 600. Select star from customer. 600 is already there, right? So let me mention 700 is not there. Now you can see, right? We have to when we want to insert data into the identity column in other rows, in other columns, then we have to specify column names as well while doing the insertion. And also we have to do the identity insert on that particular column, on that particular table. Then only it will allow us to insert the data in any particular table. So let me move forward. So in the production environment, when we want to do any kind of update into our main table, suppose this is my production table, right? And suppose I want to do any kind of updation over here. Suppose in unit price, I want to do the update into unit price, or any kind of other columns like that, right? So at that time it is better to take the backup of our entire table with all the records, right? Because here there are 1 to 1 317 records are there. And by mistakenly, suppose if you forget to mention the where condition into your update statement, then what happen? It will update the entire. Let me do that one. Update table name, set unit price equal to. What if I forget to mention the where condition over here? Like where sales order ID. Suppose I want to take sales order ID is equal to 424367, but I forget to mention the where condition over here, and I write this entire thing. Then what happen? Then it will update the all the values from that in that particular column in that particular table. It is taking actually too much time because 1 lakh records are there, right? So now you will see over here how many rows are affected. It is affected all the rows. Now if I select the data from my this table, then you can see over here in the unit price 2222222 everywhere it is 222. So this is wrong one, right? Now how can we get back that original value? How can we get back? So for that purpose we have, for that purpose we have taken the backup. I think whether let me check this backup is available or not. Select star from table name. So now we have original data is there with us, right? So from that this original table, we can do the another, sorry, from this backup table we can do the update into our original table. So for this purpose we are taking the backup of the entire table with this. Yes. Okay. So so in that case, you have either the you have the latest backup of the database, right? Either you have the latest backup of the database into the server. So sometimes in the many companies they are taking the backup on daily basis after the day end or in the beginning of the day. So from that particular backup you can check how many rows are there. Means from that particular database you can check how many rows are there in this particular table. If count of rows are matched, right, then you can retrieve from that particular database table. You can retrieve over here in our original table into production. Then another way is, if you have done the begin transaction over here, let me show you. If you do have done over here begin tran, right, and you have done this update, right, you have done this update, and then later on you immediately you realize that you have forget to mention the where condition, right, then you can write over here, rollback, or you can write begin run abc, then rollback run abc. So it will roll back the data to the original state into this particular table. But you haven't, if you haven't mentioned this begin run, then from this database you cannot get back the original data. You must have this kind of backup table, or you have entire database backup table which is also latest one only, right, then only it will take the latest data, right. Did you get it? Okay, okay, okay. So now let me see this one. Over here 2 to 2 is value is there, right, right. Now let me do the begin transaction abc. Now let me do something like 333333. Now let me do update over here. It will take some time. Let's wait for. Okay, it is updated now. Now let me try to select data from this one. So what happened? It is updated, right? 33333 everywhere. Now let me try to roll back ABC. Now I am executing rollback ABC. Why it is not working? Okay, let me try rollback only. Now if I select data from this table, let's see what is happening. It is, you get right, 2 to 2 again. It is okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. So now we have seen up to this one. Okay, do you want to continue after 5-10 minutes break if you want to take 5-10 minutes break, or only 5 minutes break? I want to show you some other important things. If you want me to continue, it will take only 15 minutes, I think. So just 5 minutes break I require. Only 2-3 minutes I will come back. You can also take a break if you want. Then after 5 minutes we will start again. Please don't left the meeting. Stay over here only. Okay, thank you. We will meet at around 7:10. Let me pause. Hope you have also taken the break. So let me start again. Okay. So let me drop this table if it is exist. So now we will see the different properties of foreign key and primary key relationships. So there are, you might have not heard about these three things: on delete cascade, on delete set null, and on delete default while creating and altering the table. So we have two different tables: countries table and states table. So in the countries table, there is a country ID which is integer and it is a primary key in country table. So it will be not null value and it will be unique as well, right? At the same time, in the states table, state ID is the primary key and country ID is the foreign key in the states table, right? So we have defined over here constraint foreign key country ID references countries country ID column, right? This means it will reference the countries table country ID column. So let me create both the tables. I have already dropped. Now let me drop this one also if it is exist. So let me create the countries table. It is created. Let me create the states table. Now I am inserting the inserting the data into the countries table. Only one record I am inserting, and I am inserting the data into the states table. Now I am selecting the data from both the tables. Select star from countries and select star from states. So you can see over here there is only one country ID, and in the state ID there are two different states from the same country, right? Because country ID 1 over here and country ID 1 over here. Now Now, now can anyone tell me what if I want to delete data from the countries table, right? Whether it will allow me or not. Yes, can you repeat, please? Okay, but right now it will allow me or not? Okay, so let me. So it is giving us some error like the delete statement conflicted with the reference constraint. So it is giving me some error. Now, now let me. Why it is not deleted? Because we are trying to delete the data from the parent table, but the reference of the country ID column is present in the child table. So there is a foreign key is there in the child table which is referencing our parent table. So over here, this one will be our parent table and state table will be our child table. So this references is available in the country table. So that is why it is not allowed us to delete the data. Now what if I want to do some kind of thing like if I delete the data from the parent table, then in the child table also data will be deleted. So in this kind of scenario, I need to create the table again. Create table country. And now we are creating the stage table with some flavor on delete cascade. So this might be new thing for the freshers. We have created the table with on delete cascade over in the above. We have not used that on delete cascade command, right? So that's why it is not allowed us to delete the data. But now let me try to insert the data again. Now let me check the select query from the both the tables. Select star from countries and states. Now if I delete the data from the parent table, then child table also will deleted the entire table because there is only one country ID one and all the records from the child table country ID one will be there, right? So let me try to delete the data from the countries table only. I am not touching the states table. So let me do that. One row deleted. Now if I select the data from both the tables, I haven't touched the state table, right? But still state table data is deleted because of this condition on delete cascade condition, right? So this is one property of foreign key constraint. Now again, let me drop the both the tables. Again, let me both drop both the tables. Now what if I don't want to delete the delete the child table, but I want to make that reference key column as a null column. It means let me insert the data in both the tables again, and then let me select the data from both the tables. Now I don't want to do delete all the records from the child table when I delete the record from the parent table. I want the records, but I want country ID column as a null value. So in that condition, I will be mentioned like on delete set null. So if I delete the data from the child table, then the country ID column from the child table will become the null. So let me experiment that one. Now you can see the table over data over here. Now if I delete the data from the child parent table, now let me select the data. Countries column will have no value, but child table will have null values in that, right? Because of I have set on delete set null. Now does anyone know what if I also don't want to set null value? I want to set some default value in my child table in country ID column. Can anyone reply what I have to do? Can anyone, are you aware about that? Can anyone say yes or no or okay? So in that case, let me drop the table again. Let me drop the state and child table, state and countries table again, and let me create the countries table. Now I am creating the state table. You can see over here, observe. Country ID I have set as a default to 2, and I have set over here on delete set default. First time we have set on delete cascade, then we have done on delete set null. Now we are doing on delete set default. So now let me create this table. So now let me again insert the data into the both the tables. Now select the data from both the tables. So now what if I delete the country ID 1 from the parent table? Then it will make the automatic update in country ID column of child table. So can anyone tell me now what update it will make into the child table in country ID column? No, 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 no. Any other answer? It is in front of you only. It is in front of you. Please see the screen carefully. Default 2. Yes, yes, yes. Right, exactly. Default 2. Because I have created the state table with default 2, and I have also mentioned on delete set default. So now let me try to delete country ID equal to 1. Now let me select data from the both the tables. From here it will remove the one country ID row, and over here it will make the default 2. Right? So now we will keep up to over here only. Now we can start question and answer. If you have any questions, you can ask now. So from the Excel file, we have seen up to over here only. We will start with joins or another basic select statement from the next Saturday onwards. Now, whatever question you have from this topic or any generic question, you can ask over here. You can start. So, Peter, where are you from? Can you say that? Okay, okay. Let me. Okay, okay.